like the mouth is up here.
Yeah. That's better. So go ahead and start over again and take two.
And take two. Welcome everybody.
Hey!
Marco Oliver here, and
I'm Shannon Dog. Woo! If you hadn't noticed on our new thing, we're creating a new adventure, a new thing. Well, happy New Year. It is the new year. Today is the new year for the Mayan calendar.
the lunar calendar. So today we begin a whole new cycle, new energy. Perfect for
it. And it actually started yesterday. Like, oh my God, everything just blowed up. Everything went away. We lost all of our meetup groups and different things. Everything just went away. It was amazing to have that. So Flora, you don't have her muted, Marco. Hello, Marco.
Yep, I got it. I'm going. Yeah, boy.
Okay. So everything kind of blowed up, and we're just kind of like, okay, do we get them back? Whatever. But there was a guy that took we didn't even get any notices that it was going through Meetup, and there's another guy that took over the LBGT community one and calling it Gulf Coast stuff, and I posted a thing over there, so I'm just going to keep posting over there because he made me the co-host. So I am going to post over in that group there. But if you would like to, we're going to start creating some new groups, and we're changing our format. We're going to be doing a survey out pretty quickly on a better day besides Wednesday, because there's several people that can't come on Wednesday. Maybe a couple of more weeks, and then we're going to go back into doing in-person groups. We're just waiting for everything to kind of settle down, all the shifting of kids going back and everything like that. And just letting things settle down. In my own personal life too, I have several things that's happening that I kind of had to pull back a little bit from work. So also, if you're in TV land and watching this, and if you would like to make a donation, please hit us up. We are really, really needing
Support.
Support around that, so that we can continue doing in-person groups and online groups and other things, and help support our community and people that can't afford to come and different things like that. But if you can, please support us. You can anyway.
I'll have that information accessible on the website where people can do donations or love donations.
And for me, that's big for me to ask for support, but because me, I'm the papa. I'm the one that takes care of everybody, and right now it's been kind of a little bit different for me because I've had to pull back a little bit because of my outside of this work happening. So, and I will share that with you on a later day, but we're going to do celebration today. We're going to really talk about, me and Marco had a conversation today but I do want to get to the meditation. And I'm going to turn that back over to Marco, and he's going to communicate about that. So,
thank you, Shannon. So let's get straight into it. I'm just going to invite everybody to just have an open heart, open mind. There's no set intention. The purpose of this meditation is to bring ourselves present, just to be present with ourselves, be present with the group, be present in this experience. I'm going to do a little bit of drumming. I'm going to do a little bit of prayer, a little bit of chanting. And wherever you are at, just be with yourself in presence.
And I'm going to be sending out holy fire energy while he's doing that. So if you need some healing energy, be open to receive it. Or if you know somebody that need some healing energy, just speak their name out, just speak their name out into the energy, and I will be sending energy there to them.
Still cutting out. And on which, on me, Shannon, video, audio, which aspect? Or
Both.
Anybody else
both?
cutting in? Anybody else is it everybody else hearing it clear?
Can you guys hear clear? Does
Yes,
it
you're
sound
good.
choppy?
No, I'm good.
No? We're good? Okay, so it may be a little bit of your connection, Miss Karen. So we'll ask
Okay.
the angels to make everybody's energy compatible, make sure the technology flows the way it's supposed to. So thank you so much for sharing your feedback. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
And that might be what's happening too.
So let's begin by simply closing our eyes, bringing our awareness in, and just being present with our breath, simply being present with our breath. I call in the presence of the angels, the ascended masters, Father, Mother God, Holy Spirit, the divine I am presence, bring your awareness to your presence, noticing what is here right now. We call forth the energy of the holy fire, the holy flame, the Holy Spirit. Breathe into your essence, into your presence. As you connect with your presence, you allow yourself to be rebirthed, to regenerate and begin anew. Breathe your presence into your heart. And allow yourself to be supported by the love of the universe. Connecting to the universal cosmic heart. With your intention, you're going to take 3 deep breaths. On each exhalation, letting go with the breath. More times. Deep breath in. And let it go. And one more time. And fully let it all go. Very gently and very slowly. You're going to bring your full awareness, your presence, and your consciousness into the here and now, back into the group and back into the space. When you feel complete, gently open your eyes or just hold in that space. And I want to give thanks to the angels, the ascended masters, the beings, the divine presence, for all who were here present physically and energetically. We honor you and we give you thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is so. So we have 2 people coming in and I'm going to add them. I don't want to disturb the meditation
Did we do
space.
did we do meditation already? Did I go to sleep?
It
Was it short?
was short and fast.
What happened?
You got altered.
I'm like, okay, I'm used to you going a long time, just all drama out there, just getting it.
Nope. It's not. They're like, energy's there. They placed it. They're like, we're done. You're just holding the space.
Move your mic up by your nose. There you go.
So upwards.
Yeah. Otherwise, you sound like you're a football announcer.
I don't want to be a football announcer. Whew. And then let me just take a breath.
Okay, guys. So I think the theme of the day is, and I went to pick up Marco today from work, and we were driving, and I want to talk about perception and how we perceive things and how we're being with things in our life, or even perceiving somebody. Or how, when we're doing work or doing our healing work or whatever it is, that we say the word need. When we ask somebody, what do they need? We take the power away from them. Because there's ego involved in that, because we already have an expectation about their lack of. But when you use the word support, how can I support you? That gives them the option, or that gives them the clue that you are interested in what they have to say or how they're being, and you'd be surprised at how people light up when you say that, when you say, how can I support you? How can I be of service to you, in that way? Because that's what it's saying is, hey, I'm being present. Are you going to show up and be present with me? And so it is the perception, because like today, me and Marco was driving and the traffic was really bad in Houston. So we went through the 5th Ward and the 3rd Ward, and we're going, and this lady's coming across the street, and she has all of her stuff with her. And we were having this conversation, and I asked Marco, I said, Marco, what did you see? Because the only thing he should have saw was a woman walking across the street. Not that she was homeless, not that she was mentally ill, not that anything, that she had any other thing other than she was just a woman walking across the street. So when we do healing, and we're going to really talk more, and if you notice our new it's a new logo that we're creating, it says the Mystics, that's with the S, corner. So I didn't want it to be singular. I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted it to be about everybody. But I think I got real clear that we're going to change the bottom, that's going to say Divine Lighthouse.
Oh, there it is.
And so the bottom part will have the Divine Lighthouse, because we all are that. And when we stop seeing people as being perceiving people as being Mexican, white, black, purple, pink, gay, straight, whatever, and we start seeing them just as human beings, a human that is being the best that they can be in this moment, and seeing them in this moment, our life starts changing. Even me, I've been really going through this whole process. I finally figured out I got an answer of over almost 30 years of searching after coming out of the Gulf War, I finally got an answer to what has been going on with me. And it has been such a relief in my own self. Things in my heart space has started showing up. So I have a perception about the way life is or the way things are. And so I've been really setting with my perception of my journey, my own spiritual journey, my life, my personal journey. And when we start doing that and seeing what is our perception, how are we perceiving our life and where we are in this moment? That's where the big healing starts. That's where we start looking at it. It's like, how can I be this teacher and my perception is broken. I have a perceiving that, oh, my life is broken, or my life is not this, or my life is that. Well, in some ways, one of my teachers told me one time, the best teachers are the ones that walk on the fire. The best teachers that stood alone in the woods by themselves. The best teachers are the ones that's drowned in their own emotions. So when you have your own experiences in your life and you're working with someone and you hold that space of not the brokenness, but the lovingness of those. Because that's what created you and made you this incredible being in this very moment. This is where you are. It's like, I noticed myself as I've been going through, especially this last week. I had maybe a little bit longer. I've not been feeling well. But I needed to be with myself. I needed to purge something out of myself, or I needed to sit with that emotion and be in that space, which is incredible. I just love it. For some reason, I needed to say this, and I know why. No, we won't. I'm not going to stop the flow. I'm being distracted. In my own beingness, as I've been working, because every day my prayer is to allow me to be in the flow, and that opens my heart more, that opens my perception more, that allows me to receive, and that allows me to give, so that anything that I think that is broken, damaged, misunderstood. I'm seeing a perception. We see a lot of perceptions outside. That I can look at those and love those perceptions in that space. So when you're working with somebody, or you're being with a client, or even if you're wherever your job is, whatever you're doing or whatever you're being, if you can support a person, you're supporting yourself. And you should ask yourself that. How can I support you today? How can I support Shannon today? I started doing that the last few days. Shannon, what will support you today? Like today, I needed to go to the chiropractor. I needed a cheeseburger. I needed no, and I just needed to get out of the house, But that was support for me, in my being. And I find that I found it refreshing. that I was hearing myself, and acting on what I was experiencing in that space. So I have a question. Well, I guess, how do you support yourself?
Hmm.
How do you support yourself? And are you open to be supported? And supported doesn't mean that somebody comes in and takes over for you. It is you being able to say, hey, Marco, I need your support in cleaning up my room because I'm in my room. I always need support at that because it's not, I'm always going.
I'm good at that, so sign me up. I know you're joking, but sign me up.
But it's being in that place, to being able to ask for support, not what you needs or something you're in lack of. Support is something that is a flow, it's a being, that you're being heard. The universe always wants to support us. And when we get into flow, things start showing up, and we don't even know we needed support like that until we got it. That's why I always recommend, if you haven't read the Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, I think it's a 5 or 6 book series. It's very old. Somewhere I have a hardcover that is worth lots and lots of money. Set, I think it's in my mom's attic. But that was one of the very first books. I would say books because it's a series. It takes five books to actually get the information. But I will tell you, after you read the first book and start into the second one, your life, it's like working through your chakras. It's like working through your energies. It's pretty amazing. It will help you understand what I'm talking about. What is your prayer field? What is in that space? What is it that you're putting out in front of you? And these days and times, Lord, we need to experience that. What is our prayer field? How are we perceiving? How are we moving through? Because like me and Marco, we've been to many different places, and people will tell us, well, you didn't see those homeless people, or you didn't see those ladies of the night, you didn't see those. Like,
You didn't get mugged. It's dangerous around there. I'm like, I didn't see no danger around me. I'm not worrying about it. So it's not in my field. I don't see it because I don't pay attention to it.
the name of the book is The Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far
Far
East.
East.
Yes. And I think it's translated into Spanish too, Spanish and stuff.
Don't quote me on this, but there may be some audio files on YouTube. You may be able to kind of find bits and pieces.
Yes. And people ask me a lot, Shannon, what books can I do, or what books can I? That's one of them. Because if you want to learn how to be a medium, you want to learn how to be a healer, you got to first start with you. You got to look at you. And you got to know you. And you got to, it's a natural thing, but we have a lot of times all of our gifts we got them domesticated on top of each, it's like, oh wait, our perception, what people have, I call it domesticated. We've been domesticated so much that we don't know that we're already operating in them. And then we don't listen to them. We don't hear them.
We don't listen, Linda. They're constantly working for us. They're always there till somebody shows up and says, hey, by the way, did you know you're doing this? You've always done it, but you weren't conscious or present with it. But you've always
Right.
done it.
We've always done it. And they're like, well, oh, I don't trust myself. Well, that's the thing, that you have a perception about something in your life.
Thank you for that share. I believe somebody shared a YouTube link to the book series. It's volume 1. Ooh, that's exactly what I was needing. I'm missing book 1 and I want to get started. So thank you for that share. Does anybody have any question regarding what we're
Any
covering?
comments, questions?
Experiences with developing your gifts. I see hands up. Awesome. Thank you for that share.
Hey, Marco.
Peter.
Hey, hey.
So I have a experience to share.
Okay.
It might be a little dramatic. So I didn't, because as a male figure, they always teach you to be strong, to never ask for help, to always be right, correct? And even myself, that I joined the military, it was even worse for me because I had to always be the strong one, the fighter. And I remember when my house got flooded with Harvey, and it actually, destroyed my whole house, and I lost everything, but I still did not know how to ask for help. It was kind of like something that I didn't know how to. And I felt that that was a very good experience for me to go through that traumatic event, because it helped me realize that I'm not alone. It was something that I couldn't stop. I couldn't do myself. It was just the weather changing and, getting everybody, and there was nothing I could do about it. So in that moment, I actually had somebody come and knock on my door and told me that they were sent to help me. So in that sense, I don't let two things. One, don't let the universe destroy your life for you to understand how to ask for help. And then second is, we're not alone. Even if you think about it, there's other spiritual people right now praying for you. Even if you don't know, there's like people in the mountains praying for you, So I just wanted to share that, because I felt like, as Shannon said, sometimes we don't know how to. So don't let the worst happen before you learn how to. Try to start, little by little. I guess.
Thank you for sharing, Peter.
Correct. Well, there was a lot there. I can relate to Peter because being military, being a male, being, look, we're the ones that go in first. That's my mind. My mindset is, wait, I got to go first. I'm the warrior. I got to fight. And I've been coming to realize, wait a minute, I've been battling so much for everybody else. I forgot for me. I forgot me. I forgot to ask for support. And that to me is part of my experience lately. I can relate. It's like, man, everything is kind of just going away. Everything is going away. So it's like, wait a minute. Okay, universe, what am I missing? How am I not? I forgot that it's okay to ask for support. I gotta step out of my own comfort zone. And if I'm playing full out and being in that place, And the universe always sends us people. It's like that story of, the man on the roof that, God sent the boat and he sent the helicopter and he said, and when he died, he went to heaven and said, God, I sent you. I sent you everything you need. But you said no. And the universe does that all the time, but we reject it. We forget it. We say, oh, I got to do it. It's got to be my way. No, it don't. People, no.
Be open up to the support the universe is providing for you.
There's something about an argument. Both people wants to be right. So when everybody decides not to be right, because both egos have to be right. And when we decide to just allow ourselves to be okay, I can be okay with that. I can be okay with your point of view. I can be okay with whatever your point of view is, because it's yours. It's not mine. I don't have to live it. That's yours, that you're walking with. And I'm okay with that. And again, it's the perception. It's like, and so one of my things that I'm going through is because I know from another lifetime, I was very good at connecting when I allow myself to trust, but trust my guides. And I call them another life, they were gods. We called them gods. They were our gods that we worked with, or my guides. But even now in this lifetime, it's about, okay, guys, I'm not really sure how to ask for support, because I'm the one, I'm the one that if you're sick or something, come on. I don't care if you got money or not. I'm going to make it. I'll fix it. It'll be okay. If I get tired and sick, that's okay. But I'm the one that goes in. I'm the one that people send, I work, with some really, really dark things, and I'm the one that'll go into battle with you, for you, and things. But I forgot, wait a minute. There are other people that will support me in the battle. I don't have to battle it by myself. I don't have to take the ass kicking by myself. Excuse me.
So if you've been support for others, how do you not know that you're not already supported, but your perception prevents you from seeing that you
Right.
already are that support, that it's already there for you, because
is
you are
right.
it. You are
Yeah.
the presence of support.
And that's what I said. My perception, I couldn't see my own support. And that's why this subject is really coming up, because even in myself, it's like I close the doors because you don't know how to ask for support. You're just, and for me, it's like, oh shit, if I ask for support, that's surrender. I surrendered, I gave up the fight.
I give up. I lost.
Yeah, I lost. But in a way, it's like, and I'm going to go back to this. The transition out of our meetup groups, how it happened was kind of a weird thing. And one part of me wanted to go, what the heck? And the other one was like, wow, what a great opportunity to start something new. Because the energy from those groups, and that energy, and I had been telling Marco a lot, Marco, we got to shift. I've got to shift to this. I got to teach mystic. I got to understand. I got to get, it's my passion. It is my passion to do this, to teach, to have people not hear me, but experience. Because I can tell you from the stripes on my back, and I'm using it in that terms, from the beatings and things that life has given me, and I'm still here. And I love this life. I love being here. I love everything about it. And I want to teach people. I'm almost want to cry because it's like, that's my passion. I really have come to that conclusion. But through the teaching of being the mystic, understanding what that means, what a mystic is a mystic is not somebody that just popped up one day and was divine. No, they went through some hardship. They went through things that, you have St. Francis, all of the masters, they went, even Christ went through hardship and still came out into this place of understanding and loving themselves and loving others and having that place of just passion. Yeah. I just feel it inside of me. It's like, this is what I want. This is what I choose to teach people. And a lot of people are natural healers. Everybody has the natural healing. I can teach you all the Reiki classes that you want. I know people that have tons of Reiki, but if you don't know how to connect and you don't know how to bring that energy, what good is it? I got some tips. Marco knows. He knows I got a whole tote. I got a big old tote full of certificates of classes and things that I have done. But it's just a piece of paper. How are you being? What is your perception?
So we have a question. How do
How
you
do you-
connect?
How do I connect? I do it through prayer. I in myself, I pray and I open myself up and I sit in quietness. And that is my connection. Connection doesn't mean that you're making connection, when you're doing healing, that's a different type. But I'm talking about connecting with God, creation, creator, whatever it is, you, inside of you, your perception of God. And being in that place of prayer, it's like, even, what is it? I think in the Bible it does say, and even the shamans, the shamans, you do the shaman's death. You should die every day. You should die every day and be reborn. You should pray and let yourself be open and feel the answer. It's like a feeling. And when I get information all the time, it's not words. It's just a knowing. It's an experience. It's in me and it just comes out. But I do it through my own inner prayer. I did a practice one time where I just say, I love, I love, I love in my mind all the time. I love, I love. If my mind goes away and it comes back. What does that say, Marco?
Was there ever a time where you felt disconnected?
Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes. But I have to remember, I know how to reconnect. You know how to reconnect. As sitting and being still and getting out of the chatter, getting out of that place. I think it's, you know, it's kind of like the dark night of the soul. They call it the dark night of the soul. And it's when you're really going into your stuff and you feel very disconnected away from it.
So I would like
I'm
to.
gonna give you I'm gonna give you something because they're talking to me right now. They said, because of that question, and then they said we are never disconnected. It's that you're not taking, we get distracted and we're sitting on the side, we're looking over here and they're over here, or the connection is in front of us. But we decide to turn around backwards and not see the connection, but we're always connected. It's just how we choose. We can choose, it's like to hang up the phone. It's what they're trying to say. Sometimes we just hang up the phone and all we have to do is pick it back up. It's never the phone line, the phone itself has never been disconnected. We just hung it up or put it on hold. But in our own lives, as we've traveled and worked through our own stuff, that's where we find we were having a conversation the other day about being in the flow. What does the flow look like, and our perception of it, and how we're being. And that's how, when things in your life, and you'll know that you're in the flow because things in your life begins to show up. Like you'll be like, wow, how did that just show up? Oh, that just showed up. Oh, look, there's there's that. Yay, you know. But when we start finding obstacles and things, we have to stop because we're out of our own flow. We're out of the flow. And we need to look at ourselves and say, okay, it's not that I'm blocked. There's something here that I need to create a new perception about. Take a more in-depth look at it and see what is my definition around this perception. Did that answer the question? That's the
Yeah.
basic class.
That was amazing. We have another question coming in. It says, if there are any best ways and times to meditate or pray.
For me, in the beginning, I didn't even know what meditation was. I didn't. I lived in the country. Marcos went to my parents' house. There ain't nobody out there spiritual.
The pig is spiritual.
And they live in the country, and I lived out there. I didn't have I didn't have anybody in the beginning. I had to teach myself all these things. And so for me, I was just in the quiet by myself, asking the questions. And my guides would come in and talk to me. And I thought, okay, I have schizophrenia. I've really got some really, you know, I'm going through this whole PTSD things, really, really bad then. And I thought, oh my God, you know, but they would just tell me to be still and be quiet and just listen. So if somebody asks me that, you know, my best time, and Marco will tell you, I'm up at 5 a.m. He does it at 3. He says 3. I probably so. I get up real early.
He says 5 a.m., but it's really 3:30 in the morning. But everybody's different. Everybody is in a different cycle. So mine may be at 9 a.m. Yours is just happens to
wake
be
it up.
3:30 a.m.
But that's when everything is quiet for me. And that's my time that I know I'm not going to be interrupted. That's the time that I can just be. Be with myself and be in that space.
So when there are blocked, is it an invitation to expand consciousness? What makes me feel more hopeful?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blocks are just an invitation to expand your consciousness because you're perceiving something that is it's like I go back again, you're arguing with yourself and both sides want to be right. Instead of just stopping and meditating and saying, okay, here's an opportunity for me to grow and expand. And let me look at this from a different point of view. One technique that that really helped me in the beginning when I was doing it, when I would have something show up, my grandmother had passed, and I really admired her opinion a lot. She was really, really, influential in my life. And I really, really admired her opinion. And so when something comes up, I would say, what advice would grandma give me? What advice would she give me? And I just sit with it. So you can use the same technique on anybody that you really admire, what their perception is or what their advice is, that they come from a very neutral point of view. Because she always did. She always would say, well, let's look at that. That's always what she would tell me. Well, let's look at that. Let's see how that is. And then go from there. Because, even in the moment that you think that's blocked, you're still moving forward. You're still experiencing. You're still going. It's just a part of you that is having this perception around an experience. And there's no kids listening, hopefully. There is another technique, I call it the fuck it experience technique. You could just say fuck it and just smile and walk on. But a lot of times when you do that, even in that, it will circle back around. Haven't you ever noticed the cycles in your life? Cycles, cycles, cycles. Well, those cycles are the things that you said were blocks that, I have a perception of, oh my God, they're wearing purple shoes. I'll be darned. How can they do that?
Because they're cool like that.
But I have a perception or I made a judgment and I held in that energy right there for them. Peter wants to talk. Go, Peter.
So something that I've been feeling in a few people around me is they're looking for that perfect life, and that happy life and happy place. But they try to seek it outside, not from within.
That's right.
For example, the experience that I just had, which was changing my environment. You know, I was not happy with the environment around me, so I just changed it. You know, kind of, yeah. So if you can talk of that a little more.
You know,
Awesome.
here's my perception.
We'll get to you soon, Lucy.
Hang on just a second. You said Lucy. You that tickled me. So Peter, one of the things, or everybody, it's not just Peter, it's like this. And maybe you will understand this because you said something. Where you were was the experience. You were in the experience of whatever it was, and you chose to move yourself out of the experience. Buddha says, you don't have to go to the mountain to become enlightened. Become enlightened where you are. A tree doesn't want to be anything else but a tree. Sometimes we do have to step to the side and look at our perception of what was occurring for ourselves. Even me, I'm a big runner. Oh, I'm a runner from hell. When things get scary for me, I run. I'll move left, right, dodge, run down the field, everything. This is the long one. I used to move all the time. My mama calls me her gypsy because I've lived all over this country. But I've been running from myself. The universe just, my surroundings a lot of times just shows me what is inside of me. And when I stopped and I really started working with me in my sanctuary event thing that's been happening. And I've been healing my heart. I've been really, really healing my heart. Because I will tell you, I have survivor's guilt really bad from being in the Gulf. I had to leave some people there, and that really, really took a toll on me. And I've been running from that from a long time, a lot, and I've been really dealing with that lately. And a lot of the grief and a lot of things in my heart, and really dealing with, all of that. And my instinct is I want to run. I want to go. I want to drink. I want to get drunk. I want to get high. I want to do everything that I possibly can to get this away from me. And my guides are going, no, no. We have to sit here now. We have to sit right here and look at your perception about what has been going on, and look at the bigger picture of everything that's happened in your life. And it's hard because I had to change me from looking backwards, and I needed to turn myself around. I've been balancing myself because I got a lot of fears. Marco will tell you, I have anxiety. I get anxiety so crazy. Yes, I'm okay, buddy.
Hi, Denny.
He's going on there. He felt me. But when I sit with myself, it gets scary. But I have to know that I'm safe. I really, really am safe now. I really am. I have so much emotions. I'm all
That's
emotional.
beautiful. That means you in the flow, you in the currency.
But it's in that place of being present. I just want to be present with myself now. I love me. I love me. I would love a partner in my life. I would love it. But at the same
There's no
time,
buts.
but no, there is no buts. I do choose that. But in my own being, what is occurring? I'm preparing for that. Because I used to didn't have that. I didn't have room for somebody. Because I had too much hurt inside of me. And I've been throwing it out left and right. But at the
Let
same
it
time,
go.
there's something that really has to, I have to not fool myself too. And I mean, we can go a whole nother thing, but you know, we can fool our own self. We're our own trickster. Oh, I took care of that. I looked at that. Did you? Because you'll always know if it came back, if you come back, it will always circle back around. That energy will always is in your fields. And when you know you really mastered it and you really said with it, that energy won't come back around. You say, well, I thought I already dealt with that. That level. Now let's really get real. Let's get real. And that's what the universe is really showing up, especially right now, is really showing up for us. Is asking us to trust, to love ourselves, and to expand our awareness and be in the present moment. This moment is where we are. And know, Peter, that you are supported. You're always supported. You didn't hear me. Did you hear me, Peter?
I did. I heard.
You're always supported.
Right. And that's one part, like we were saying before. It's hard to, as a healer, as a saver, as a protector, it's hard to put yourself in that position where now you're the protected, you're the,
Yeah.
the person healing.
You
That's-
always have been.
Yeah.
It's always hard for, some, because you're built up into, you have to look strong, you have to be strong, although I was the youngest in my family, I always had to protect my brothers and sisters and all that, so it's that society you like a duty, and then you can't come down from that. So.
Right. And I'm learning that, it's okay. It's okay. But you're loved and supported.
So I wanted to add something to a topic we were talking about earlier about blocks
Yeah.
and how it's helped me to look at it. We're talking about energy. But so whenever we find ourselves in a bit of a bind where we feel resistant, we feel like we're trying too hard, it feels like that block. It's always good to remember that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. And so if
Right.
we're finding ourselves with something, let me sit with this. Let me sit with it and see what it is that it needs. Maybe it just needs my attention. Maybe just by listening to it and really sitting with it instead of trying to run away from it, like we usually do. Then maybe we transform it, we transmute it. And so whenever we're met with that energy again, we're going to be able to just like let it flow through us and it's not going to affect us anymore. And it all really comes down to perception. How we see things and how we perceive them and just sit with them and transform those feelings that we have instead of trying to fight them or resist them. Transform those emotions. Whenever we have strong emotions, then just really listen to them. Know that yeah, maybe at this moment I'm a little disconnected. It feels like it. And so that kind of makes me angrier sometimes. It's like I feel like I'm disconnected and I should know to better, I'm a healer and I should know better to stay connected. And that type of pressure just makes it worse. So lately I've been just kind of sitting with that and knowing that I can get my connection later. It's okay. I need to be here right now with me. Just how I sit with other people and other people's pain and I listen to them. I need to listen to me this time. And really sit with it and transmute it. Because the more I fight it, the more it shows up right in my face. I know that already. So instead of fighting it and putting that block or even perceiving it as a block, perceive it more as something else for me to transmute. Let's see what this is about.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you for sharing, Lucy.
Awesome.
So I want to share, this reminds me of a quote. I don't know if you guys know this quote is by Wayne Dyer, and it has to do with perception. I feel like this is literally what is going on. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It all has to do with your perception. If you change the perception or the way you look at it, it'll shift. It, like Shannon said, it goes back around. You sit with it, you look at it, maybe you change the way you think about it, and then you realize, hey, maybe I was looking at it from a different perspective.
Okay.
Jess.
I'm going to give you something. If I'm in a cow pasture and there's a big old cow poop out there, what do you see? What do you see? I'm asking you, Marco, because you're the only one that's.
At first I was looking at the cow, but now I'm curious about the poop. Looking at the shit.
Let's make some shroomies.
Well, my perception, it's a birthday cake.
Oh. Is it the frosting?
Yeah. Because I transformed it. I transformed that pile of poop into a birthday cake. So if I transform something,
It's
does
still
it
poop.
change it? If I put a candle on top of it, does it change it?
Is that a trick question?
It's still poop underneath there. That's where the energy. So, and this is the thing that when we start transforming, we want to transcend it. We want to transcend it. So transcending it is expanding it, is letting it flow outwards. Transforming it, I just took the poop and put some icing on it and put a cake, a thing on it. It's still poop, but I just transformed it. When we work, and it's beautiful, and I love that word. I don't get me wrong. I'm just giving you a different thing.
On Facebook, they said if you taste it, does it change it? Like the flavor? I'm like,
no. If that's what you want, it's probably. But if you see the poop, it's still the same. I'm using it in a way, and it's just when we transcend something, we actually let go of that energetic charge. When we transform something, we're just transforming it to look something different so that it can be more palatable to us. And as we evolved, and as you look at your perception, it's like, wait a minute, hey, there's the poop. I need to pick it up. And guess what I can do? I can let it dry out and I can transcend it. I can transcend it and can transcend it and I can grow things from it.
You alchemize it because
How to
you're
transform it. I just dried it out and spread it out.
Well, I have, I guess, does this example fall into it? Like, for example, I like to go to the park and I love nature and I love everything about it and I love bugs. And I found this scarab on the floor and I thought it was beautiful. And so I picked it up and then I thought, what can I do with this beautiful scarab to so that it can show its beauty, you know? And then I ended up making something out of it. And so I transformed it. And it became something.
That's a different thing. You were talking about energy.
So I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah. You were talking about energy. When you feel that energy, you don't transform the energy. You transcend that energy of that experience. You transcend it. Don't transform it, because you can transform it and turn the energy, just tweak it a little bit this way. And then all of a sudden it's still sitting there. It's still there. You just put cake icing on it and the energy's still there. Now it's going to come back in a different format. It's going to come back as the cake. So when we start working with energy, we want to transcend that energy. We want to bring that energy forward and upwards. And that's by sitting there with it and loving. Does that make sense? Let me give another.
let me ask this question because
It's like unplugging.
yes,
It's unplugging from that.
So you just let it be what it is. Let everything just be what it is.
Yes, it's just poop on the ground.
It is what it is. Don't try to even transform it or transmute it. It is what it is. And
because there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. Okay,
There's
I got
nothing
you.
wrong with it. It's just poop on the ground. What is going to happen is the sun's going to dry it out, and the rain's going to come, and it's going to put it into the ground, and it's just going to smooth it all out. New grass is going to grow.
So does it transcend itself?
It will,
Oh.
by you not judging it, because you have a perception of that. And when we transform something, we say it is broke.
It's something.
That is broke. Uh-oh. Here comes Peter.
So
Come on, Peter.
in a sense, what you're saying is just be the witness,
That's right.
because that's what I feel like sometimes, some things that had happened in my personal life, and people say, well, there's got to be a reason. And I say, well, the only reason is to be the witness.
To be the witness, yeah.
There's really no reason other than to witness the experience,
That's
So
it.
like whole space for whatever is happening, and see what comes out of it.
Yes. Christ, he had no agenda. And when we make an agenda out of something, especially when we're doing healing or working with somebody, or we are working with ourselves, or we're sitting with this energy, just sit with it. Hold it in front of us. And do nothing else but just witness that experience. And sometimes it'll take you down into places you might not want to go. But you're just sitting there observing that experience with it. Anybody else? I hope that's great conversation, guys. I'm glad we're recording it.
Perception. Let me check on Facebook. I know people are viewing, but they've commented, but no questions yet.
Did you wave at me?
Hey, I thought it was a great talk. I think there's so many people awakening to the possible transmutation of the alchemy of even the shit.
Yeah. Yes. You know, that reminds me of a story. In the book, The Masters of the Far East, they're going there. He goes to a temple. Spoiler alert, but he goes to a temple where the monks are, and the monks serve him this like borscht or whatever it is, like rice, but it's really, really hot. And so every day they would give him this 3 times a day, and he would take only a couple of bites, and it was just so hot, so hot, and so hot. And he asked the master, he said, "Master, I just can't eat this. It is so hot. It's so hot." And the master says, when you change your perception of it and start loving it, because your perception right now is that you're hating, or you've got a negative thing to it. And he started doing that. He started just loving it. Before he sat down to eat it, he loved it. He said, "I'm so grateful for this bowl of hot, spicy rice. It tastes so delicious. Thank you. I'm so grateful." It was the gratitude that he transcended that energy that was negative. So the understanding is to transcend the energy, your perception of what your experience is in life. I do my very best to do that. I get caught in it. I get caught in the, oh my God, the sky is falling, oh my God. But then I have to say, wow, maybe the sky needs to fall. Maybe I just need to watch it. Good.
We got on Facebook, like walking on hot coals is like walking on fire. If you change the perception, you won't get burned.
Well, and again, you're just observing. I've walked a lot on it. And my sister is calling me. I don't know why she's calling me at this time. But just understanding it, it's like my perception of the fire is nice, cool potato chips. I think now I've walked almost 600 times on the fire.
Whoa, I've only walked once. I'm ready for my second walk. I think I want to jump off an airplane first and then walk on fire again.
You already jumped out of a plane.
I want to do it again. I'm crazy.
So here's your perception. That's another really great thing, Marco. Tell your perception of jumping out of a plane.
My perception was I was gonna die because I filled out like 20 pieces of paperwork that said you may die on this trip. But for some reason, I still was stubborn enough and decided to go on. And you have, I guess, nerves until the moment it happens. And when you're in the moment, it's no longer there. And everything just you're just present. And when you fall, you can't think of anything. You just are. There's no perception. You're observing. You're the observer. You're just watching.
You're
the movie play.
surrendered.
You're just like, okay, I'm just falling and watching everything become bigger as I come down.
You surrender.
We got no choice.
You got no choice. You can't go back in the plane, and you're going down. So there's no choice. It's like
You got no choice unless you get scared and like you pee on yourself.
even
And
if
I'm
being
like,
scared, you still don't have no choice. You can't go back in.
let it go, let it go. So any final thoughts you would like to leave us with tonight, Shannon or group? What is our takeaway today? What did we learn about perception in transcending, not transforming energy?
But also about being supported. How do we, what our perception of support is, and how are we being in that space, is truly for me. I am choosing to create a new perception around support and letting myself be, just being in that space.
I second that, and I think we should continue to have these conversations on what support means to ourselves, to our community, to one another.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Hello.
Hello,
Yo.
hello.
Hi, Marco.
Hello, hello. How are you, Gabriel?
So you didn't remember? Yes, sir. I'm well. I think it's been a while, may I say. And, I'm glad you invited me, and I'm glad to be able to be a part of this topic. Um, Perception is everything, and sometimes we may see things at first hand, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. Sometimes we have to look deeper into what we are seeing. So, once again, great topic. Glad to see both of y'all. I will be trying to come see y'all soon. I need books and all of that. So, once again, great topic.
Thank you for joining us again, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. That was really cool. I enjoyed it. And thank you for that transformation. It really did it. The transcendence of it really does feel better to me. It's like, okay, let it be, and you be you. So that's the most thing that I'm taking away. It's like, just be me, and everybody else and everything else is what it is, because I can't control anything anyways. And even if I could, I don't want to. Why would I want to? Everything is perfect as it is. And if I focus on that love, and I love this, and I love that, and I love that, and there could be negative, by my perception, negative stuff in front of me, but I can choose what I think about. I can choose my perception. I can choose where I put my focus, so I can choose to see something I love instead. Even if it's right in my face, like, what is this? I can totally find something that I love about it.
Yeah.
Something. I can find one little, even if it's small little thing, I can find it and just focus on it. And from there, it just snowballs to more and more. And just, I love this, and I love that, and I love that. And just, so I'm going to practice that exercise. Like, just driving around. Ooh, I love that billboard. Ooh, I love that tree. I love that flower. I love that car. Love those tires. Simple stuff. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. So Shannon, one more time again, where can people contact you, reach you? Where can they support you? What is your PayPal or your email, or what's the best way of supporting you?
My PayPal is awakenedhands@gmail.com, or you can sell me at my cell phone number which is 832-233-4088, or you can book a session with me. I'm not going to book anything until next week because I'm still kind of getting my strength back a little bit. Because I've been working on myself. Sometimes when you work on yourself, you get you have an experience. Yeah.
Awesome. And I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, for
Yeah,
being
thank
so
you.
flexible with, last minute meditation. And so we really want to hear your feedback as far as moving forward, whether we want to do meditations on Mondays, Wednesdays, maybe another day, what works best. And then possibly, on the weekends, even if it's a virtual on the weekend, let us know how that works. And, we'll keep you guys updated.
And if there's a topic that you would like to talk about or want to understand more or would like to work with, we'd love to hear that.
And
Normally, where our topics are, whatever we were doing that day, it normally shows up, and that's what we're talking about.
we're very in tune with the energy. Spirit has a way of putting dates and events that just happen to line up with things. So, but definitely also on Meetup, the new group is called the Mystics Corner. So make sure that you guys follow and subscribe to it. I'll share the link on Facebook. It'll be on the website. And then we'll bring a lot of the weekly meditations and events. And like we mentioned, right now we're going to keep it virtual, but we'll let you know as soon as anything changes.
Spirit wanted to simplify everything. So that we move forward all together. I love you all. Be blessed.
Mucho amor.
¿Sabes quién es ese? Ese es Walter Mercado.
Yes, we're all about that love for everybody.
Mucho amor. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you.
Have a good night, everybody.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Buenas noches. Bye, y'all.